Microphone check 1 2 1 2. What is this, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back. Welcome back for another installment, hot off the presses as we go live with another edition of No Shortcuts with Midas and Fame. Greetings to you all. Please say hello, drop us a comment as you guys are coming on in. Greetings to our YouTube community, because we're no longer broadcasting live in our Facebook group due to Facebook standards and certain things. You know how they do over there when it comes to doing things within a group. But welcome to our YouTube following, and welcome if you're catching the replay on Spotify or Apple Music the day after. Today is Tuesday, August 27th, 2024, and this is our pre-Labor Day holiday episode, ladies and gentlemen. So come on in, let us know who's here, let us know where you're watching from, and as usual, let us know what you're having for lunch or breakfast, depending on what coast you may be on. We'll give you guys a few moments to come through. Come on in.
Coming through. What up? Hey, Matt, let me know what everything sounds like, man. I know you're out there. I see you. What's up? Good afternoon.
Yeah, my brother Matt.
Like. Cause,
smooth sales in the house.
I'm testing some things and I can't hear it. So I know you can. I know y'all can hear us, but I can't hear what's going on. So what does it sound like, Matt?
We're going to have to put him on payroll.
Yeah.
There's my mother.
Hey.
Yeah. Our power is in the house. My mom, my brother, thank you, my family for perfect attendance as always. I love you guys. Masters Media, aka Mr. James F. Masters, who is still releasing new music, ladies and gentlemen. If you are not following him on his social media or any digital streaming platform, please go follow James F. Masters and listen to all the wonderful productions he has going on. Not only does he do music, but he does videos and so much more. Thank you for joining us, James. So we got Smooth Sales in the house. The Our Power community is in the house. Masters Media is in the house. Who else do we have with us? Oh, the Travel People Podcast. Mr. Juan Velasquez. I caught his live a little earlier. Checking him out today. All the things he has going on, and you guys are very inspirational, with the things that you're into, the things you got going on, and it's inspiring to us. So it works both ways. It works both ways. They say if you want to stay warm, if you want to keep warm, you gotta stay close to the fire.
That's what they say.
That's what they say. Sure. Whoever they is, they said a lot of things along the way, didn't they?
For sure.
Yeah. Oh, and I got to shout out Miss Teresa Anderson for my glass. I'm sipping my lemonade from. I got a custom made. See, that got my name on it. Yeah. For the executives and the chairman of the board, I got to shout out Miss Teresa Anderson. She makes all types of little things, trinkets and wine glasses and novelties. So, if I'm not mistaken, I believe she's in our community as well. So, if you guys in the community, you need something custom made, a little wine glass, holler at Miss Teresa Anderson.
Let's do that.
Okay. Hey, Midas, they say there's some echo on me.
Just keep talking.
Is Mark echo? I kept it plain today.
Keep talking. I'm gonna go get my AirPods. I'll be right back.
Yes. So how's everybody doing while I got this echo on me? Usually the only echo I'm accustomed to having on me is Mark echo. But when it comes to these microphones, sometimes there's some reverb, sometimes there's some delay, and all of these other, James, you know what I'm talking about, right? All of these other effects that could possibly happen. And again, we're still getting kinks out, ladies and gentlemen, from our normal way of doing things. This is actually week 3 of going live straight to YouTube instead of through our Facebook group. But we hope, trust, and pray that everybody's having a great week thus far. And we were going to have a guest today, but then we got informed that our guest for today had some family things going on, but we did not want to rob you guys or rob ourselves of the opportunity to commune and convene here and have a little conversation and share some tidbits with each other as we are accustomed to doing every Tuesday. And we appreciate y'all for joining us, because without you guys, it would be hard to keep our sail afloat, our boat afloat, and wind in ourselves. Did I do enough talking? That reverb sounded like out there now, guys. Give us a little sound update before we proceed. The echo sounds like I need some reggae music behind me. Okay. Blood, what the blood clot, Now we can't hear you, Fame. Yeah, we're gonna figure it out, ladies and gentlemen. This is the beauty of doing a live broadcast, because technology, when you're rerouting certain things and doing things a different way, technology will present some challenges from time to time. But when you're live, you have to keep going. Y'all remember the time? I think it was Destiny's Child and Beyonce was dancing or something, and she fell down, but she had to hop right back up and keep on with the routine.
That's right.
Yeah. Okay, Famous, you're back in there now. Yeah. Now, can you guys? Everybody can hear both of us.
I think we're good because now I can hear everything, so we should be straight like.
All right. Yeah.
To number 8.
Okay, let's see. James says better for me. Okay, nothing for Travis, but I think we've updated that since. Let's get one final confirmation. And we have 9 viewers, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you just say hi. You don't have to chat the whole time, but this is a live interactive chat. If this is your first time here, the name of this platform is called No Shortcuts with Midas and Fame. And we basically started this platform. I'm Midas, that's Fame, by the way, in case
hi.
in case your eyes not working today, but we basically started this platform, ladies and gentlemen, to encourage the idea of entrepreneurship, initially by sharing our stories and then having our friends and our network of associates come on as guests to share their stories, and in hopes we continue to keep each other inspired. Mr. Patrick Amundsen is here. Make sure y'all check out his app, Collabs. Patrick, I got to get with you. My son had been sick. He's actually home today. He missed yesterday from school too, but I'm trying to get him out of here tomorrow. But yeah, got to get the medicine in him, the vitamin C, and he actually started complaining last week, I think Thursday, like his throat was sore and stuff, and it got a little worse into the weekend. So doctoring on him. So I've been doctoring on him like off and on Thursday up until today. But we're gonna get him right. He'll be back in there tomorrow. Yeah. So encouraging and hoping to inspire each other. Maybe you may be on the fence, ladies and gentlemen, with your talent, with your gift. because everybody has a talent or a gift or something that they're passionate about. But we just like to encourage you to go after it. And why not turn it into an occupation? With that being said, we understand that there are no shortcuts involved. You know, you have to go the long haul. I heard the Lord say he's going to call. Okay, come on, Mom. Go ahead and prophesy it. Go ahead and prophesy it. We are in the works of that being fulfilled right now. I appreciate that. Thank you, Bob. Appreciate you. Yeah. And that's the thing. By doing this platform, you never know who's watching. DJ Famous does several podcasts that he's executive producer of. And this is just a launching pad and a platform, not only for us, but for everybody who's involved in the community. And you never know what could spin off. The first of the year,
James.
Sherry.
That's what it is.
Thank you, man. Yeah. Because he also said there was other people in his class on, like, when he came home from Thursday, was saying other people in the class were saying their throat was sore and stuff like that too. So, you know, the germs are going around, and COVID still going around too, so we got to be mindful of these things. So I try to make sure he got the little kids vitamins and all that stuff. Try to make sure he takes those every day. And since he's not been feeling well, not only just medicine, but giving him medicine, but, you know, Gatorade, orange juice, water, keeping him hydrated, you know, stuffy nose, runny nose, watery eyes, that sort of thing. So at least he's just dealing with a cold. He's not down and out with a fever and stuff like that. But you also don't want to run the risk of taking it to school and getting other people sick as well. So, but I think 2 days is enough.
Yeah. It's going around. It's happening here too, man. My kid, one of my daughters, both her teachers are sick. She has two different classes that she goes to, and both of them were out sick yesterday. And a lot of stuff going around in the classroom, and kids coming home like, "Oh, my throat's been hurting." So
yeah. And the weather's changing.
Crossed. Yeah,
the weather's changing a little bit too. I noticed last week we had more fall-like temperatures. You know, yesterday was, I think, in the 90s.
Now it's back up to 90s.
Yeah, today. So the weather changes can spark things like that, as far as not feeling well and all of that, you know. But, you know, he's gonna be all right. You know, it's part of life. We all get down and out a little bit from time to time, just a little under the weather. So nothing we can't handle. Appreciate it.
We knew my kid's teacher was going to be sick because she missed the whole first week of school because she was on a cruise. I don't know how that happened. She claimed, you know, she said, first of all, parents shouldn't even know that. We shouldn't even know where the teachers are at, right, if they're not in school. But I guess, with Facebook and stuff like that, she must be Facebook friends with one of the other parents that my kid is friends with. So she's like, "Oh yeah, I heard she went on a cruise." So anyway, she
basically it's Juan's fault.
Yeah, it's Juan's fault. She booked this cruise like a year and a half ago, and I guess they changed the school schedule, so it just coincided with the first week of school. She couldn't get out of it, but then she came home sick. You know, after missing the first week of school, you know, new kids, you know, looking forward to meeting their teacher and all that, and then you don't start to the second week, and now she's sick. You know, so
and
getting the whole school sick.
And somewhere there's a happy substitute teacher who collected on that week.
Get that dough.
I gotta get that. Need that dough.
Yeah, James, we do the Echinacea here, man. I actually I sent them out the door with a drop in the orange juice this morning. My wife actually she made a batch of her own Echinacea that she made it, you know, early in the summer. And because we always would buy it anyway, but she tried to figure out how to make some herself. So she took the herbs, she took the 100 proof vodka, and let that thing.
No, really? Let it ferment?
That's how you make it.
So that's what it is. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like vodka and something else. I don't remember all the ingredients. I just remember what she asked me to go get from it, and that was the vodka. So
we had everything else already.
Well, she got the other stuff. So it took like 3 months or something. So it's now ready, and she used it herself one day last week for a couple of days. She was starting to feel a little bit under. And, whipping it out till they can.
Yeah, y'all holler at Famous if y'all need that homemade. How you say it, Echinacea?
Echinacea, man. Well, we got some for you. We got all these mason jars full of it.
Yeah. Ain't nothing wrong with it, man. But I mean, and if you can make a home remedy, why not? why not? You know, I know that's something they used to do back in the day. Mom, this might be an opportunity for you to chime in, but you know, certain home remedies and certain things I've learned, home remedy style that I still try to, you know, pass along to my son. And some of those are the best remedies. You know, you can't always run out to the store.
That's right. I mean,
Depending on how
we do
sick the
stuff
kid
like
may be.
that. Yeah, even with my wife, even though she's a nurse, she's not really big on medicine, you know. So we kind of do a lot of natural remedies and fruits and herbs. Will usually solve all problems. More fruits, more herbs.
And conversation for another day though, but the more I hear that people are involved in the medical field, the more they might not be totally in agreement with the medicine. So
that's
a
what happened.
conversation. Yeah,
that's what happened with her for sure. I mean, she went to nursing school a few years ago and started working in a hospital 2 years ago, and was like, I see what they're doing, and this is just not the way it should be done. I mean, a lot of it is insurance based and financial benefits to the carriers and stuff like that. But she's always been for her personal self not a medicine person, but then she learned a whole lot more after she did nursing school and stuff. And
absolutely.
Now she's more involved in, like, you know, mental health side of things, not, you know, just treating everything with medication and labels, you know.
Right. Yeah.
It's a racket.
So a lot of things can be obtained, you know, whether dietary or herbs, things like that, or you know, just looking after your own mental health, taking the time and being aware to do the things that are necessary to, you know.
I always joke around with her, but we're going to actually do this. We're going to have her on as a guest to talk about this.
Just to talk she don't want to come on.
Well, she doesn't. She really doesn't. But I'm gonna make her come on. But just talking about, you know, health and wellness and how she's what you eat and how what you eat can really affect things. And I mean, talking about, you know, major things like cancers and kidneys and your organs and stuff like that by you know, just really making sure your lymphatic system is healthy. And there's ways to do that without, you know, getting on all the medications. And I mean, she has all kinds of proof that it works. But it's not what, you know, it's not what's being sold to us. And she's going to be a special guest expert on that subject for sure. Coming soon to No Shortcuts Near You.
I mean, you might as well have the missus on, and I'm sure we can learn a lot, you know, from that type of dialogue. My brother says doctors get the kickback off the prescriptions. So they're gonna keep writing them.
Yeah, exactly.
You used to have to find the prescription man on the corner. The prescription man got on one of them white jackets now. You know what I mean?
For sure.
I digress. How's everybody? Man, I'm trying to think. Light week. I'm coming off of my last light week as of last week. So Brandon and I, we did a mellow groove duo act at Friendly Billiards here in Rock Hill this past Friday. Then I did a choir rehearsal Saturday morning in preparation for church Sunday. I was in church Sunday morning. Shout out to Mount Dewell Baptist Church. Did that, and then also Sunday afternoon I went to do a vocal rehearsal with the chairman of the board. So just a vocalist and myself in preparation, because we've had like almost a month off as far as that outfit is concerned. Now we about to, which was cool because school was starting back up and all of that good stuff. And now we about to go into this weekend. The 31st will be in Saturday. We'll be in Hampton, Virginia, and all the way through September. I was looking at September and October this morning, and I just took a deep breath. You know what I mean?
Was that green tea bags, garlic cloves, water and honey? Make it into a tea. Yep, that's right.
Yeah, and during COVID, well, still COVID, but in 2020, Mom was, if I'm not mistaken, Mom, you were making batches of those for people.
Yeah.
You know, and it was helping them get through it a little easier. But garlic in general is good. Anything
garlic
green
is always good. Yeah.
Yeah, I started adding.
My wife was making bamboo leaves into tea because we have a lot of bamboo trees outside in the backyard. They just keep sprouting up, and she figured out that she can use bamboo leaves and make it into a tea, and that she was kind of drinking that every day for a while. Her bamboo tea, put some honey in it.
Yeah. And if we want to get biblical for a moment, you know what I'm saying? There weren't any quote unquote doctors, right? Everything that we need is essentially somewhere here on the earth. You know what I mean?
That's the idea.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah. They call on Dr. Jesus. Yeah. He didn't have the white jacket on though. This is more probably, like a robe if I were to use my imagination. But yeah, so basically just a light week, man, as I get ready to gear up for the end of August, going into September, October, and mid November. And then the holidays will be here. Then it'll pick up a little more in December after Thanksgiving. You got all your Christmas functions, Christmas parties, and things like that. And then I think if I'm not mistaken, the chairman of the board is already booked for New Year's Eve. So then we'll be at the top of the year where it's kind of just chill time again. So it spurts to this whole thing. Yeah, Brian, what's happening? What's DJ B?
Little tuxedo logo on it.
Oh, look at that! Hey, that's ideal for Park Place Entertainment. Hey, Brian, I just want to go back. Take me back to Park Place.
Take me back to Park Place. Old song, Jesus is my doctor. That's right.
He write down, but the lady singing the song, she didn't say prescriptions. She said write down all my what she say, Famous?
My prescriptions?
No, she just said scriptions.
Oh, my scriptions. Yeah, my scriptions.
You write down all my. It was an older lady singing that song some years ago. She's probably going on.
Write down all my scriptions.
Yeah, Jesus is my doctor. He write down all my scriptions. So
like scriptures, prescriptions.
Yeah. So that we can combine that. Your scriptures can be part of your scriptions.
That's right. That's right,
man. We all over the place today. Again, ladies and gentlemen.
That's what today is, man. Today is just a potpourri of stuff. Like you said, it's a pre-Labor Day edition. We will be dark for Labor Day weekend, the day after Labor Day, because it's just a long, busy weekend, and we're gonna take that extra day to refresh. And then we'll be back 2 weeks from today. But today is just a little Potpourri Jones, man.
Yeah, I like that. Potpourri Jones. I didn't even know Potpourri had a last name. All I thought is my bologna had a first name and a last name. Yeah. But Potpourri has a last name too. Okay.
You just reminded me of something about bologna. What's for lunch today? Gotta figure it out. Bologna. After the show.
Okay.
It might be. I have some bologna right now, so it might be.
Yeah, if you do the bologna, you gotta fry it to the ends, get crisp. Get
the little bubble in the center.
Yeah. Warm bologna is better than cold bologna to me. You know what I mean? Yeah, like fry it a little bit with
melt in your mouth,
mustard. Yeah. Mustard and cheese. My
yeah, buddy. Yeah. So I was back in the wedding world this past weekend, man.
How did that go?
I had to figure out how to do this again. It's been it's been about a month or so that I took
that's
off.
Why we had that rehearsal.
Make sure the timing's still right.
Yeah, man, and harmonies and all that.
Yeah. It was nice. It was in Monroe at Rolling Hills Farm, and my memory's bad. And I couldn't remember if I'd actually been to this place before. I knew it sounded familiar, but then I had that visual thing. Once I rolled up, I was like, "Oh yeah, I've been here before. One of my clients, actually, she's a good friend now because she owns a wedding dress shop, and she got married at this place, and I DJ'd her wedding. So then that made my memory come back. So yeah, it was a nice wedding. And it was cool, man. It was a 6 o'clock wedding, right? So I was like, yes.
Which is late compared to
That's
most,
late.
right?
Normally it's like 3, 4 o'clock, especially this time of year. But 6 o'clock start time, that means it was already cooling down, with it being outdoors for the ceremony. So that was a blessing. It was 6 o'clock. And it was just kind of like small friends and family. It was, it was a dry wedding, and they had a bunch of
Light
kids
work.
there. So 9:30, packing up.
They went home. Yeah,
Everything.
them dry weddings, they be getting up out of there.
6 o'clock start, 9:30. I was packing up. So I was like, yo, this was nice. It was
probably
nice.
had
And
you
most
booked
of the
to
time,
10.
yeah, well, they had it to 11. But she said it probably gonna go to 11, but they had the place till 11. But she was like, we ain't gonna go that far. So we was looking at around 10, but it ended up being 9:30. Especially, I noticed when there's a lot of kids, and I know Brian knows this too. When there's a bunch of kids there, it's the kids become the focal point. So if I got a dance floor of like 6 or 7, 10-year-olds dancing on the dance floor, the adults aren't going to dance. They're just going to chill and watch the kids.
Yeah, let the kids have it.
Play around. And it turned out, I found out later. So when she booked me, did I tell the story already about how I knew this?
I don't know.
Anyway, when she booked me, whenever it was earlier this year, she just Googled me, whatever. I spoke to her 2 weeks ago, and we just got to talking about, just kind of last minute planning. And her daughter her daughter went to school with my daughter.
Okay, like I don't know if you spoke about that one.
Okay. Yeah, so we were talking. She was like, let me ask you this. Is like your daughter Imani? I said, yeah. She was like, oh, yeah. So Lily, which is her daughter, I guess Lily saw my name on some paperwork or something where her mom's talking about the wedding, and she asked her to ask her about it. But her and my daughter were like really close friends 2 and 3 years ago when my daughter was still at Carolina Christian Academy. Okay. Oh, yeah, she talks about it all the time. So it was just a crazy coincidence that this ended up being. So when I spoke to my daughter that night, I said, yo, guess whose wedding I'm going to be the DJ for next weekend? And she said, is it Lily's mom? And I was like, wow, like out of all the people in the world, how did you guess that?
Yeah.
She said, well, I remember that Lily said, and this is a year and a half ago, the last time they were in school together, but she said, I remember Lily saying that her mom had a new boyfriend and she hopes they get married.
Oh,
so that was super sweet. I mean, she was an 8 or 9-year-old kid at the time, hoping that her mom gets married. So that was a real sweet moment. I was like, it's a real teary-eyed there.
Yeah, and how crazy is it for her? One of her best friends' dad to DJ.
Exactly. So
you'd be surprised.
Lily. It was Lily and her friends dancing, and requesting all their favorite Taylor Swift jams, pretty much.
Taylor Swift.
The parents were just kind of mingling around and watching, and like I said, 9:30, that thing was over. So that was good. Got home,
going to the house,
stopped at the QT and had me a little Mountain Dew, and I was good.
gotta refuel, hydrate.
Gotta refuel, man. And then Sunday, little caffeine. Yeah, I needed it for sure. Sunday, we went to church Sunday morning, of course, and then I had a content creation day, and you'll see some of this stuff later. But friend of the show, Troy Johnson, aka my uncle Troy of Bro Code Productions. He came down. He's in Raleigh, but he came down at the spot that I rent out in Charlotte. He came down, met me there, and we shot a whole day's worth of pictures and video content. He did a little sit down interview, like him interviewing me. Just talking about my history growing up, how I got into DJing, where the famous name came from, Famous the DJ. And I had to tell him, you'll see it because you're in the video too.
I'm in the video?
Because he was talking about why is it fake. Well, I'll talk about you in the video.
I got you. Okay.
How come it's Famous the DJ and not DJ, like traditional DJ Famous? Listen, we used to do these shows all the time in the bars and the clubs. And Midas was my MC, and I was DJing, but people would always come up to Midas, be like, yo, you're doing a great job DJing, and yo, can you play this song? Can you play that song? And I was like, yo, Midas is the MC.
You were invisible.
Famous is the DJ, and it just kind of stuck. Famous is the DJ.
Yeah. And
so he shot a documentary.
Oh, that's cool. And see, and that's crazy because on surface level, right? I'm the one emceeing, so it's my voice that people hear as opposed to yours. So I don't know how they put it together in their mind that I'm the DJ, you know, and you're clearly right there with all the equipment. I'm to the side with the microphone. You know what I mean? So but that just show you how what's the word? How casual people are in their observations and understanding the roles of a DJ versus an MC. You know, So
it's just weird. People won't see you. They won't see you with the keyboard and say, "Yo, man, you killing that drum set." You know?
Yeah,
so it's weird.
If they do, I will look at them crazy. Like, what? You all right?
Yo, cut him off, please.
Yeah. I had to call Jessica back up here. Get him out of here.
Shut him down. But that was cool. We spent about 4 hours on Sunday, man, shooting a whole bunch of content, and
nice.
I got some of the photos already, but I'll get the finished product as far as the documentary, the interview portions is concerned. I'll get that probably in a couple of weeks, and I'm excited to share it, man. And we talked about some other projects that we want to work on. And Brian, that's what it is. That's kind of where I got it from. That Fresh Prince album cover. He's the MC. I'm the DJ.
We used to use that. We used to use that as part of our promo. What was that for Empire when we had Throwback Thursdays every week back in the day? And due to the confusion, he started making promos based on he's the DJ, I'm the rapper. That whole thing that Fresh Prince and DJ Jazzy Jeff had, and I had the opportunity to see Jazzy Jeff and Mad Skills perform live in Charlotte several years ago. And we try to learn from the greats, man. We do,
and actually we talked about that. We talked about that in the interview Sunday too, about that Jazzy Jeff Mad Skills set and how that inspired me to do what we ended up doing. And I got that idea from the Jazzy Jeff and Mad Skills set.
Yeah,
it was kind of all birth. We have to from that.
Yeah, and it looks like we're gonna get a chance to work together this Friday.
Yeah, buddy. How about it?
Yeah,
we're gonna have Midas come crash the party, man. I got this wedding on Friday, and it's gonna be in Catawba Falls in Lancaster, so it's not a long drive for either of us. And
and I'm available, so I stayed again. I'm coming true. I'm coming true in my Jamaican accent, and speaking of wedding crashes, just to go to the left a little bit, I've discovered there's something called funeral crashers.
Oh wow.
Imagine what type of people these are.
What are they doing?
Just showing up, acting like they know the family, stuff like that,
But
crazy.
what's the point? Like, I like wedding crashes. I think of, you can go to a wedding, you can get some food and some drinks, act like you're with somebody. But what are you getting out of it?
Maybe they trying to make it to the what do they call it when you feed the family after repast.
That's true.
Apparently they go through the local obituaries. And they show up to the funerals and act like they know the families and all this stuff, man. Wow. So, I never would have thought there was such a thing until, but you see some of everything on these social media links and all this stuff.
Speaking of seeing everything, I'm trying to skip that comment because I know that must be like some kind of bot or something. So I'm gonna leave that one there. I'm gonna just leave that one up there. I'm not gonna put it on the screen.
Who is that? So look at we go live to YouTube. Oh, so what you want us to do? What's her name? What you want us to do?
That's what I'm saying. It must
you ain't even put your Cash App in there, so you're not even hustling. You're not even hustling thoroughly. You asking for something.
Trying to get back to the family house afterwards. Yeah, that's what it is. I was trying to get Brian to be a wedding crasher this Friday because I knew he was off on Saturday. I knew he was off Saturday. I said, "Yo, come on through, man. Let's crash this wedding." Hey, B, it's a good thing you didn't because by the time you got there, it would have been gone.
Hey, man, can we need some ambassadors? What in the world is going on?
Welcome to the show. Thanks for joining us. How about that? We'll just do it that way. We'll just do it that way.
You're on the wrong page, lady.
We'll do it that way.
Of all places, you gonna come here?
I'm about to hit the ban button.
Yeah. Come on, lady. Have a little class about yourself.
Yeah.
But
I'm
nah,
not
we
sure what
understand
that
these
is.
bots, man. I mean, it's
Live
part of being on
broadcasting.
it.
That's it.
Yeah, yeah. Even were to be honest. Oh, real quick, Brian. I almost put on my
Yeah.
I got
Good
on
thing
my
you
suit
didn't.
and tie.
Good thing you didn't. You would have
Yeah,
been
man.
dancing
But
with the 10-year-olds to the Keep It Shuffle.
yeah, yeah. But even when we were in the before we changed our group to private, we had a little issue with bots and people
Yeah.
popping up with all kind of crazy stuff like that. But it's gonna happen, when you're
Yeah.
live, man. And this is what some of them do. They just surfing the web, looking to make an appearance
Hmm.
and troll a little bit. But hey, it's
Or
all
go to
good.
somebody's funeral and troll. That's
Yeah,
wild.
yeah, yeah.
That's
And
wild.
how crazy is it that popped up around the same time that I was putting a little light.
I
Can't make
know.
this stuff up. Yeah,
Perfect
and real
timing.
perfect timing. And real quick, we got the LA Lim Pose promo posted, ladies and gentlemen. If you haven't seen it in our No Shortcuts community, when Miss Davi Davenport was on about a month or so ago, maybe.
Hmm.
She's the owner of DAVI Radio,
Yep.
Los Angeles, and Lim has been on our show too, but he has a show on her network, and we were just bringing up the fact of he does that LA Lim pose, and Famous threw it out there like, we come up with a song and
Yeah.
such go viral,
I
and
put you to
Lim.
work.
Yeah, he always put me to work. I'm gonna put him to work too. Yeah, I forget.
I
But
gave you a whole job to do.
yeah, but Lim followed up with me, man, and I was like, all right, let me see what I can do. And I
Yeah.
ended up I'm like, I need something LA, So I was like, and we chat, and I was like, what you think about the deep cover instrumental, the Dre and Snoop, and he was with that, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna work on that. And I already had,
Good for
even
LA.
before what's that?
I said that's good for a LA
Yeah,
thing.
yeah, and it's kind of old school too. That
Hmm.
beat, you know what I mean? So was able to put something together, man, and he had the young man edit and everything. Shout out to him. I know I can't pronounce your entire name, but we're gonna call him Dumi for short. Dumi.
Hmm.
He put everything together, and they released it over the weekend. And yeah, man. So it's going. So, ladies and gentlemen, y'all feel free to share that song. Do your LA Lim pose.
Yeah.
Post your pictures, tag Lim in it, because he has the desire to take his pose to an international level, and I'm just happy I could
I wonder
contribute
if I
something.
can. I wonder if I can get it
Yeah,
right now. Do you have that? Do you have that video saved, or is
yeah,
it
yeah,
just
yeah,
on your
yeah,
end?
yeah. You want me to send it to you?
Yeah, send it to me real quick, and I'm gonna throw
Yeah,
to it. I'm gonna throw.
yeah.
We're gonna cap it off
And
with it because
and
that's good
I
stuff.
was telling Famous that ironically the gentleman who edited everything for the post, his profile pic was with Snoop Dogg at an event, and I'm like, how
Hmm.
coincidental is that I picked a
Yeah,
Snoop Dogg, Dr. Dre instrumental, and the guy who edited the music with the videos and everything, his profile
yeah,
pic was with Snoop Dogg at an event. Let me yeah, I'm about to send it to you. Let me find
yeah.
it.
Send me that
Hey,
through. That's some good. That's some good inspiration. I spent some
yeah,
time
man.
in between, working on the podcast and stuff. I was editing a video for Juju Lee Events too because they did
Mm-hmm.
they went to Las Vegas a couple weeks ago to do like a
Mm-hmm.
styled photo shoot, a Vegas themed photo shoot. So they went out there, they
Okay.
hired like models from Vegas and
Oh,
photographers
really?
out there and all that kind of stuff. So they were out there for like 4 days. They came back and sent me a lot of the footage that they took, not the finished product, but just some of the
Uh-huh.
behind the scenes footage. So I
Uh-huh.
made a little promo, a little YouTube social media promo
Very
for their
nice. I
behind
think
the scenes as well.
okay.
Let
Let
me
me see. I
see.
think it's coming now.
If you send that to me, I'm gonna
Yeah,
throw it up there.
it's loading. It's loading. It's
All right,
coming through though, slowly
that's
but
cool.
surely. And Julia had a birthday. Was it yesterday?
Yesterday, yeah,
Yeah, yeah. So shout out to Amy and Julia over at
yeah,
Juju Lee Events. Also, Women Worth and Weddings podcast, which DJ Famous also produces. And I've had a
yeah.
chance to be on there. So if you got some free time throughout the week or this weekend,
Oh
check us out
man,
over there at
this
Women
guy
Worth and
is
Weddings.
the Segway King. If you got some free
Segway.
time, he said, the free
Yeah,
time
yeah.
brings us to the
Time is
thing that
great.
we wanted to kind of talk about today, right?
Hey,
Talk
right.
about some free, like, what do we? It being Labor Day. It being Labor Day coming up next week, and everybody's enjoying some extra time off, hopefully from your work.
What are
Just
your
wanted to
plans?
talk about what your plans are, what your hobbies are in general, not just for holidays, but just talking about hobbies, man, because I
Yeah.
found out recently I don't really have many hobbies anymore, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because my hobby then
You're doing
became,
it.
yeah, exactly.
Occupation somewhat.
I used to
Yeah.
DJ as a hobby, you know?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Then that became my thing, my
Mm-hmm.
main, job now. So I
Yeah.
don't know. I didn't really know if I had any hobbies. So when we had Kirk and when we had Davi on
Yeah.
talking about journaling a lot,
Yeah. Yeah.
it just so happened like the very next, so my wife and I had been talking about it before. I think I mentioned that, but just like the very next day after Davi was on, my
Mm-hmm.
wife was listening to somebody's podcast because she drives a lot now
Oh
for
yeah. Oh
her
yeah. That's
work. She
good.
travels a lot, so she's always listening to like self-help and stuff like that. And
Uh-huh.
she came home telling me about somebody she was listening to about some book that she wanted us to kind of go through. It was Oprah and somebody. And
Okay.
then also in the conversation that her and I was having, journaling came up there too. And I was
Mm-hmm.
like, man, you ain't gonna believe this. So we sat in the bed. I pulled up the YouTube and it was playing her the
Yeah.
clips of,
Mm-hmm.
when we were talking about journaling with Davi and stuff like that. So that's one thing that we're trying to start to do, and I'm trying to do. And I bought
Yeah.
a little book to start journaling in. And mine
Mm-hmm.
has to be, mine, I found that I needed mine to be prompted because I'm
Okay.
not good at just free
Oh yeah.
just
You need.
writing
Yeah. Well,
freely what's going on. So to
okay.
start off,
Okay.
I need questions. See, like I have to
Mm-hmm.
be, answering questions. So that's one hobby that I'm just recently going to start trying to
Uh-huh.
do more. But then I realized, yeah, I really don't have any hobbies, man. I
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
my
Yeah.
job is fun. Creating content is fun.
Right.
Creating these
Right. Right.
videos are
Yeah.
fun. But it's not
Mm-hmm.
really considered a hobby. I'm trying to define hobby as something totally away from
Right.
work,
From what
not
you
related
do.
to work at all.
Mm-hmm.
And other
Yeah.
than watching TV, right, I need another hobby. So I wanted
Yeah.
to hear some ideas from y'all. I want to hear from you, my man,
Yeah.
about
Please. Please.
hobbies. What are
Yeah.
we doing for hobbies? Juan says his hobby is traveling.
But
Yes.
he's a
He's a tra- yeah,
a travel planner,
he's
cruise
a travel
planner,
advisor.
but
Yeah.
that can still be your hobby though,
That
right?
can be a hobby. Yeah.
Because just because I'm planning it for you guys doesn't mean I'm out there. So I actually have to go out there and still travel, even though
Yeah.
I'm associated with travel.
Yeah.
But like you said, famous, I mean, like a lot of the things, and we're fortunate in this manner because a lot of things that we used to do as a hobby, we've turned into something, right?
Hmm.
So
Right.
it's almost like you have to find for myself, before I became a professional musician, I played music as a hobby. Before
Right.
before I was writing records and sending them out and posting them, I did it as a hobby.
Right.
Before we got consistent uh, with podcasting and doing an internet based show, it was a
Hmm.
hobby. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So
Yeah.
you almost have to redo your hobby list. But I was thinking on it when we said, like I like going outside to the park walking some
Hmm.
days, because my son, like, he likes to be outside on his bike. So
Yeah.
sometimes we have to schedule time to go, and we ran into you at the park before,
Yeah.
and we go to Cherry
Yeah.
Park or whatever. Do that. And you know what? I like trying different types of foods. So I guess that could be
Yeah,
considered a
that's a
hobby.
good one. That's a good one.
Um,
Yeah, I think that's cooking. Cooking is a hobby for me.
and cooking, yeah,
Yeah, because
cooking,
we're
and so
we're
I have,
foodies. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, definitely, definitely, because eating the same things over and over could be a
Mhm.
little redundant, a little boring. So I'm always
Yeah.
like interested in maybe adding something new to the repertoire if I'm gonna make it myself or go somewhere and try it.
Yeah.
Hadn't been fishing in a long time. That's something else. But I do like going out
Okay.
on the boat. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I
Okay.
like doing that. That's very calming and serene. I think the last time it might have been a year or so since I've been out on the boat, but
Hmm.
when we went to play in the Outer Banks, I think it was last year, and I got Bobby. He drove up and brought his boat with him. So we after the show, we played a Friday and a Saturday night there. Shout out to Bobby Henson. He fills in with the chairman of the board sometimes on trumpet for certain dates. But he drove up, brought his boat up, man, and so we had 2 nights out in the Outer Banks. And after the show that Saturday, we were staying over until that Sunday. So he invited me to come out on the boat. Went out on the boat, man, and we went out, and then he just kind of put it in park or whatever. And we just out there got the Bluetooth playing my music on the boat, letting them check out some stuff, man. And it's just very nice and peaceful and serene. I thought that was a lot of fun. I like playing video games sometimes, but I'm more of it's got to be sports for me.
That was my thing too, man. All the years growing up, I only would buy the sports games, just really the basketball, and then like the golf and the football game every year, right? So then during COVID, I hadn't played in a long time prior to that, but during COVID, like 2020, I bought an Xbox, right? I think a lot of people bought PlayStation and Xboxes during COVID, right?
Yeah.
And I think it was during that same time that I was just still making this hobby the full-time thing, the DJing and the content. So then I didn't have I didn't have as much time as I thought I had to play Xbox because again, like when my wife comes home, I won't be playing video games all day, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
Now that Xbox, now that I want to play more, now that Xbox got moved upstairs to my son's room, because once he got to that age, I mean, he was like 5 at the time. So now that he's like 8 years old, now he's on that thing all day long. So now it's up in his room. He's doing Fortnite and all those things.
All of those. I love Call of Duty.
Yeah, he does all that. But I'm with you. I just love the basketball games and the sports games. Brian Park says it's been a minute, but writing poetry,
okay,
but you need that motivation,
yeah. You got to get it out, man.
And Juan says, all kidding aside, love to write, love photography, love gardening. That's good, man.
Photography is a good hobby. I looked up a list earlier too, just to see kind of what some things would be considered hobbies, and photography and gardening were both included.
I think when you said walking, that struck for me too, because we do a lot of walking around here. It's even more so once we got the dog in January, because she needs tons of exercise. So we end up walking for, sometimes an hour, or so, a few days a week, if not every day. So we always try to make a little bit less now that, recently in the past couple of months, my wife has been working more outside the house because of the situation going on. But when she is home, we even when she comes home today, we'll definitely go out and take a walk. It may not be as long as usual. I mean, it may not be the whole 3 miles, but that's a good hobby. Keep the juices flowing.
And fresh air and sunshine is good, good for you.
Definitely. Yeah, Matt, that's what we're saying, man. When you used to clock in, you had more time for hobbies. Now that you work for yourself, you're working all the time, right? You can,
and it's always something to do.
Always something to do. You don't have as much free time as you used to, because you can work your job.
You never clock out.
Exactly. Or like if I was working the night shift, I was working 3 to 11. I'd have all morning for hobbies, and then I go to work at 3. But now we don't really have that free time, because with the free time I have, I could be doing some more work with it,
Yeah, I knocked this last little thing out. Bike riding,
Exactly.
and I'm just gonna go through my list while everybody else. Hey, you guys in the comments, let us know what some of your hobbies are. Don't be shy.
It's good to have, or some that you want to become a hobby and you just haven't done it yet. And let's start to speak that thing into existence.
Yeah, my mom used to sew. I remember that growing up. My mom used to sew. My sister used to knit things, and I guess that kind of transferred into what she's doing now, handmade, creations. Shout out to a touch of faith, jewelry making. I'm just
Robin
scrolling.
Says concerts. Robin's
Robin is an avid concert attendee.
And shout out to my man Jimmy and Jessica, because their concerts are their hobby too. They love going to concerts and restaurants. So I know that's definitely a culture.
I was telling Jimmy and Jessica they got to come check out the chairman of the board sometime. I think they were somewhere, and I commented or something on their stuff, and they was like, "Yeah, we still got to come see you guys." Like, yeah, we waiting on you, you know. But shout out to Robin; she supports a lot of bands in our area. Not just the chairman of the board, but you know, Tams, and she can go on and list all the names. I know most recently she was at the KC and the Sunshine Band show. They came to Kannapolis. I was gonna try to make it, but I had a show that same night, man, a corporate gig. And by the time I got out of there, and you know, because we played the show with KC and the Sunshine Band in May, so I was gonna try to pop up on them. I think it was August. They were in Kannapolis, but I didn't quite make it. You know, but it's okay. So cooking is a hobby. Billiards is a hobby. Which I'm not the best at billiards, shooting pool.
Yeah, I'm not either. How about
games?
Let's get Robin to come down to Corpse Cooks and Books and support.
Oh yeah.
A live DJ experience that's going to be happening there next month.
Yeah, when he? Oh, okay. Did you get your date squared away?
I got the September 26th. September 26th at Corpse Cooks and Books in Rock Hill.
My September is crazy.
A DJ Famous type of night at Corpse Cooks and Books. So if you're around the Rock Hill area, September 26th, which is a Thursday night, I won't keep you out too late.
Yeah, it's what are they still running? 5:30 to 8:30 still?
Yeah. I think so.
Yeah, which is early entertainment, mostly like for people getting off of work and you want to grab a bite to eat, hang out for a little while, hear some live music.
Just come chill.
James, I still draw drawing is a hobby. From time to time, it's where my creative journey in life began. As far back as I could hold a crayon or a pencil, I believe I used to draw too in my earlier years. Yeah, as a kid, I would draw.
Yeah, that's good, man. Hobbies are important.
Yeah, it's good. It's good.
Matt, I'm with you, but we definitely got to get some more hobbies, man. I know we can find more time to do more projects and work on the job and the business, but that was the idea of this conversation, just to kind of open up the discussion, just to get some self-reflection that I need more hobbies. We were actually going to start a boot camp class that started yesterday. It was going to be like 12 weeks, but it ended up, it was like the first one was going to be yesterday morning, and then we ended up having a schedule conflict, so we weren't going to be able to do the one yesterday. So now I don't know if we can start it the second day and how that's going to work, but that was going to be a thing. Exercise.
Oh yeah.
And then yoga. We do yoga here too, so I think that would be considered a hobby.
Yeah, downward dog.
Little downward dog, little three-legged dog.
Yeah. So reading is also a hobby.
Reading, yeah.
Astronomy. I mentioned fishing. I'm just scrolling through just to throw some ideas out there. Let's see. Sailing, scuba diving. You know. Yeah. Skydiving. I don't think I want to do those skydiving.
Yeah. Just find something, you know. Just find something that you love and kind of takes your mind bowling. Could take your mind off of work for a little while, and make that your hobby. If it's even just for a few minutes every day, take your mind off the work and off the kids and off the family, and just something for yourself. You know. I want to before we end out, man. I want to throw to this Lim video and see if we can get this on the screen. See what the LA Lim dance is up to. I know y'all can't see me yet, but
do the LA Lim.
Here we go.
No shortcuts. First things first, in God we trust. K-Dot already told you they not like us. I need to go back to Cali where the weather is warm. LA Lim, let's take the whole world by storm. I know you hear him on the radio. And one time for all the ladies, yo. Appreciate you for coming to my recital. Everybody hit the pose, we bout to go viral. Do the LA Lim. Do the LA Lim. Do the LA Lim. You might be a lot of things, but y'all ain't him. Do the LA Lim. Do the LA Lim. Do the LA Lim. You might be a lot lot of things, but y'all ain't him. So put your hands up and bend your knees. On the count of 3, everybody say cheese. Put your hands up and bend your knees. On the count of 3, everybody say cheese. Put your hands up and bend your knees. On the count of 3, everybody say cheese. Put your hands up and bend your knees. On the count of 3, everybody say cheese. Don't stop. LA Rim, rising to the top. 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 On the LA Lim Show.
Yeah, John Travolta doing the LA Lim.
Yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, do that pose and make sure you tag Lemuel Flowers, aka LA Lim. Tag him in your LA Lim pose, man, and let's see what we can make this thing do. Obviously, as you can see, he's already had tons of people to do the pose, man.
He's already made it a whole thing. It's a whole movement, the LA Lim pose, for sure.
The LA Lim pose. So y'all help that catch on and support our brother LA Lim. And big shout outs to him. He plays my music on his LA Lim show on Sundays out there on the West Coast, out in LA. And big shout out to Miss Davenport, who is the owner of that radio broadcast out there.
Absolutely. And
DAVI Radio.
Hey, are we doing shout outs right now?
Go ahead, let's go. It looked like it.
Shout out to Nuff Said too, because Nuff Said just started his own internet radio station as well. So let's see if we can get your music on that one too. We're gonna reach out to Nuff Said, maybe have him back on to talk about it. While we're showing videos, I want to pull up. I was just talking about this promo. This is why I don't have hobbies, because I made this promo video for
you got something for
Vegas
us?
trip, and you're gonna see this video is about 45 seconds long, and it took me 3 days. It took me 3 days to do it. So this is why I can't have a hobby.
Las Vegas. Viva Las Vegas. Viva Las Vegas. Viva Las Vegas.
It looks like Amy was winning something right there.
Yeah, it might have been $8.
Yeah. You take it when you at them casinos. Give me all of that. Give me mine.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah.
So that
Kid
was
Knox
a
is
hobby,
in the house.
Creating videos and stuff, and then it became a 3-day workday. Ken
It
Knox,
happens
Mr.
like that.
Summer. Mr. Summer,
the
what's
band
happening?
leader of the legendary chairman of the board, Mr. Ken Knox, former guest of the platform. Ken, I was talking about just a little bit about the vocal rehearsal and the importance of it, that what we did this past Sunday. We had some time off, and we wanted to make sure we went back out, and you know what I mean? And we were ready. So that's important to do from time to time.
Ken had to get him back straight.
without the full band, you know, I mean, like you can concentrate more so on harmonies, notes that the vocals are hitting, and me having the keyboard there, I could help with some of that, figuring harmonizations and stuff out. So so we're gonna be ready for Hampton, Virginia. We ready for you guys this Saturday out in Hampton, the Crab Festival. I hope they're gonna have a little crab for us with the garlic butter. We're gonna put that in the writer.
That's right. On the road this weekend, man. You guys going to Hampton, Virginia. I will be Friday in Lancaster, South Carolina. Saturday with my man Midas. Saturday in Asheville, North Carolina, and then Sunday in Charleston.
Yeah. You got a busy weekend.
It's the holiday.
It's the holiday. You're not going to put nothing on the grill. I'm gonna go see my parents.
Probably will. My wife is going. She's taking the kids to see her parents for the weekend, since I'm going to be working all weekend. So they're going to do the weekend there. I'm not sure if she's coming back on Sunday or Monday. Hopefully they'll be back on Sunday so we can do something together Monday. But that part was still up in the air. Either way, they'll be traveling early Monday to come home. So by the time they get home, the Blackstone will be fired up.
Fire up that Blackstone. You dig?
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure,
and Robin says I plan on it. I think she's planning to come to Corks, Cooks, and Books. I'm not sure of your date, or will she eventually make it down? You know, to check it out, man. Got to
hopefully.
Yeah, absolutely. And everybody, follow everybody. If you're on each other's social media, you're in our No Shortcuts community, make sure you follow. I mean, this is like a family-oriented situation, of course, with our platform. So I want to encourage you all to follow each other. And you never know when a need may arise that you can just reach over to your sister or your brother, you know, within the group, you know. And shout out once again, you all joining us live on YouTube. We didn't have a guest today, but we just wanted to tap in, touch base with you guys as we coast into this Labor Day weekend. And a reminder, we will not air live next Tuesday due to the holiday. So we'll catch you guys in about 2 weeks. So shout out to YouTube, shout out to our Facebook community, shout out to Twitch, shout out to Spotify if you're catching the replay, shout out to Apple, shout out to the chairman of the board, Mellow Groove, Smooth Sales, A Touch of Faith, Our Power Community, Praise and Faith Gospel Shop, Earth, Wind, and Fire family, a Honeycomb family. Much love to all you guys. We appreciate it. Yes, Mom is the journal queen.
She loves to journal. That's right. That
journal
is
queen.
Right. We'll be back in 2 weeks. I'm going to get working right now on booking Dr. Bazell to come on the show pretty soon. It's going to take me a few weeks to get that booking confirmed. So
got to get the missus to come break a little bread with us.
Yeah, we're going to talk about some health and nutrition and how to take care of our bodies through what we put in it, you know?
Yes, sir. Yeah, and the comments are still pouring in.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you, James. James is a faithful supporter. He shares the links. He's always, when they recognize top engagers, he's always in the mix. So we appreciate you, James, in our group. Yeah, for sure.
That's
any last closing words? Yeah,
that was my last words. Y'all look out for the content we'll be putting out shortly, because I'll put it out on our pages as well. The stuff that we shot with Brother Troy. And also look out for some content from this wedding with Midas, the MC.
Oh, yeah.
And
I may go live.
DJ this Friday. Yeah, we'll do
I may go live in our No Shortcuts community for a set, maybe, you know.
Yeah, let's get it popping. We're going to get the community popping.
Yeah, thank y'all. Let's do this. Yeah, thank you guys. Appreciate you. Much love. Have a good day, good rest of the week. See you in 2 weeks. Peace.
Peace.
YouTube, bro.
Yeah.